Hi everyone, today I'm going to talk to you about debt and small businesses, how to strike the right balance. When we talk about debt, many people think about bad experiences or debt to be something that is not good. But there is something that we need to talk about anytime we talk about debt. There is a difference between personal debt and a business debt. Once we strike that difference, it helps us to know that the debt we're talking about is different from what we incur personally. There are three factors to consider when borrowing money. Number one, are you looking for a bigger space? Number two, hire more staff. Three, buy additional equipment. When the expansion is supported by realistic expectations and a business plan, debt can help you expand at the right time. Instead of waiting to save money for a long period of time before you expand your business, by the time you expand it, maybe that facility is gone or that very interest is dead. You can just go for loan and quickly expand your business to make profit. Factors to consider when deciding how much to incur, and this is a very important subject. There are three things you need to consider: assets, controlled resources of the company, liabilities, notes payable, maybe debts or loans you've contracted some time back, then equity, ownership interest in the business. All right. When you consider all these things, then you can say, all right, I want to take a loan, and it's okay to take a loan because my books looks good, and I can repay the loan in a possible future. Now, how do you manage the debt? There are some categories you can look at when managing debt. Number one is to take inventory. Number two, boost sales. Number three, cut cost. Four, downsizing. Then sell unused equipment. So when it comes to taking inventory, you have to write down how much money you owe and to whom. The stakes, who is the highest rate among the debtors. So you start paying the highest rate so that you don't run into that kind of debt that takes everything away from you. Okay, we're talking about uh, bankruptcy. So once you start paying the debt that the rate is higher, it helps you to avoid bankruptcy. And then number two, boost sales. In order to boost sales, you have to do much more of an advertisement, either social media, radio, television ads. You have to think about the one that works for you best. Then you cut down costs, downsize and sell unused equipment. So once you cut down costs, there are things that you do as a company that doesn't bring any benefit, that doesn't bring any money in. You have to cut them down. Downsizing, if the manpower is too much, you have so many people on your payroll, you can eliminate some of them. When I talk about elimination, I do not mean have to kill them, but you can fire some people. Then you talk about sell and use equipment. I've seen many companies that have so many equipments that are not being used for many years. You have to sell them to make some money for the company. So if you do all this, you're kind of managing your debt for it not to get out of hands. And this, we call it management of debt. Then share cost. You can share cost with another company. And then all the places I look for to get this article, you can go to these places for references, and I reference them so that I can be able to get this work done. Thank you so much for listening to me. I appreciate you. Right?